Shut up, listen up, everybody, what up? Gonna put it in a podcast, what's up? We talk, we laugh, we sing, we dance, we will do anything if you give us a chance. We'll play one time, it'll help us out. All truth, no lies, no, it's never a doubt. If you like rants, tirades, and honest opinions, we shoot from the hip and we hear with precision. Give us one chance to play Opinion Bros podcast.
Welcome to a whole new episode. Today, we're going to talk about stuff that makes us feel like crap.
Yeah. Driving.
Today's topic, depression.
Depression.
Why is life?
Yeah.
Why does it hurt so much? Why can't I just end it all? No, don't. We promote healthy minds. You need help, go get help. But no, I was watching right now I was watching Beef. Did you watch Beef yet? I told you to watch Beef.
You told me to watch Beef?
Yes, Betin. It was because it was about this. It stars Glenn from Walking Dead. Oh my God, what's his name in real life? What's his? He's such a good actor.
Steven Yeun?
Steven Yeun and that comedian lady, the Asian comedian lady. She's in Big Mouth. She does a lot of stand up. What? Yeah, Tina Fey's not Asian.
Oh, Nick Kroll.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, well, he is in Big Mouth then, yeah. So he's pretty funny too.
Real quick, just because you said Steven Yeun, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I do remember you talking about Short Round.
Yeah.
And his name is pronounced Kui.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not Kehua or something like that. It's pronounced Kui.
Kui Kwan.
Yeah, Kui Kwan.
Kui Kwan.
Someone had asked him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's Kui." And then in the comments, people were saying like, "Yeah, it's basically how you would pronounce Louis, but with a K."
Life with Kui,
yeah.
Kui.
Dad.
Really? Yeah. My dad.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers Life with Louis. Even like everyone is probably embarrassed. Even if they remember, they're probably embarrassed. Like, no, we don't want to talk about that show. That was one of those shows on Saturday morning. Like, we're like, wow, there's nothing else at this time. So we're stuck watching it. No, it's just so disgusting.
It was an underdog, but I think it was there. You know what I mean? Kind of like The Critic. It wasn't entirely there, but it was good. You know what I mean? But it's only because there were so many other really good things coming out at the same time or around that time.
Yeah, like X-Men, the animated series, or Spider-Man, the animated series, or Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, no, I remember that. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like maybe King of the Hill for kids.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Like, because it was just random, like everyday stuff. It wasn't nothing weird happened. Like it wasn't like Bobby's World where he would imagine stuff was going on with Captain Squash, and everybody's like, "What the hell are you guys talking about?" Man, now see, maybe we are old because
we are.
Yeah, I was looking at myself in the mirror today, and I'm like, "There's a lot more white in my hair."
Yeah. I was telling my coworker because he was talking. You know, he was sending me a message on at work and I forgot what he was asking for, something like, hey, what's the best way to go about doing this or blah, blah, blah. And I told him, something. I gave him some sort of advice. And then he said, okay, sounds good, bet. And I'm like, wow, someone actually used the word bet with me. And I told him that. I'm like, dude, like now I officially, I thought that was something that kids online used, but I don't know if he used it like authentically, or
like sardonically, just trying to be sarcastic, like but
man, like damn, because I know that he's younger, and I just like, man, I feel it just there are certain things, even I was telling Katrina's mom, like, I am not the target audience for a lot of things now. Whereas before, things tried to cater to me. And now, like, Fortnite is a huge video game, but the things, and they have like a bunch of characters that they put in there. They have Spider-Man. I think they have Carnage. They have Marcus from Gears of War.
Those are the game with that green penis monster with the 3 legs, right?
I don't know what that is.
Like a green stick with like 3 little legs, or is that Minecraft? It's like a green.
That's Minecraft. Okay.
It's like a green penis with like 3 testicle legs.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That's what I thought it was.
But
like, this is scary. What?
But like, Fortnite started introducing all these things like, hey, check out your favorite YouTuber, Garfindarf, like guest starring now for this season. I'm just, that is not me. You know what I mean? I don't care about that. I don't care about any of that.
I love Garfindarf. I've been a big fan of Garfindarf before Garfindarf was big.
Yeah, I used to like when he was Darfingarf.
Yeah. When it was little Garfindarf.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of little, we saw the Mario movie.
We did, and you liked it.
I did. I really did, and I'm just gonna say it. It's the best video game movie. It's the best one.
Okay. All right. No. I don't understand. Look, I liked it. So we took our kids. We took all the kids, to see it, and everybody enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. You seem to have really liked it, because when we came out, you were like, yeah, that's exactly what you're like. This is best video game movie. And I'm like, how? They it didn't. And how do I say? I enjoyed the movie. It's fun. It's bright. It's colorful. It's 90 minutes. You're in. It's wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Like, I did not feel like I wasted my time. It looked beautiful. The colors and everything looked beautiful. The animation was nice and slick. It popped out, but it's like, there's nothing new. Nothing new. There's things I appreciate about the movie, but there's nothing new where I was like, yeah, wow, they did it. Those sons of bitches did it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm glad you liked it, because you hate everything. You hate everything. I think we've gone on record. Like, I was talking to Bebel, our cousin, the other day, and he's like, no, like, when I listen to you guys, I already know, like, you seem to generally enjoy stuff. Alex is like, whatever, but Betin hates everything. Like, they're like, I could tell he hates everything. But no, let's go. We'll talk about. So we're gonna talk about Mario, and right now it is the biggest grossing video game movie ever. It beat Sonic 1 and 2, the Resident Evil movies with Mila Jovovich.
That's
Mortal
ridiculous.
Kombat. It annihilated Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Yeah. Too bad you.
But yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Well, let's get into it. Let's take the mushroom and get inside the pipes into what do we call it? Mushroom Kingdom.
Let's go looking for that princess.
Yeah, she's in another castle.
Yeah.
But
Mario.
Well, what did you like about this one? Tell me why you think it's the best video game movie ever.
Because of everything. It hit everything for me. It included all the characters. I mean, not all of them. There's still other characters, but it included so many, and I want to say in a natural way. And someone that I didn't think that they would ever show would be Donkey Kong, because it's just what does he have to do with Mario? He hasn't really been a part of Mario's series. And forever,
the parts and the Smash Bros. And well, I guess the people are like, well, you're missing out on the fact that he was his original nemesis and Donkey Kong, and I'm like,
yeah,
we know, bro, we know.
yeah, we know. But so that I feel the music. There were certain points where they used the typical like. I'm already forgetting which pop songs they use, but
the music. You're right. I will say the music by Brian Tyler, and I think he did Guardians, and he's done a bunch of movies. So he's been around the block. He's done a lot of movies that we like. But the fact that they used music specifically from like the video games and incorporated it into the movie seamlessly without making it sound like, oh, hey, guys, remember this song?
Yeah.
Remember this? It was natural, and it enhanced the movie. But yeah, they played this movie is not for like it's for everybody. It's it's for people like me and you, because we like Mario. We grew up on a Nintendo before we moved on to Genesis, and I think I've dressed up as Mario like at least 3 times in my life. And like, but the music they played, like the pop music or the soundtrack music or whatever, is like, this is a movie made by Illumination, and they're playing music that these kids have no idea what, like No Sleep Till Brooklyn. But the kids don't know who the Beastie Boys are. Nobody knows.
Yeah,
it's just like the most like, oh, we're gonna play AC/DC's Thunder. I love that song. But it's like, kids today don't know what that is. It's like, who are you aiming it towards? Like us older 30 to 40-year-olds, or like it's safe. It's safe music that's like, it's not gonna insult anybody. It's and that's why I thought the movie was okay. I gave it 3 pineapples out of 5, but originally I was like, it was more of a 2.51 for me, because it played everything too safe. But I will say the music was one of the best things of that movie.
And okay, that and sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is basically ripped from the game, and it's just put together in a cinematic experience. And the complaints I've seen from people, and I think you too, is that you wanted something more from it, like something a little more like deep, a deeper meaning, something subtle, or there's something behind the scenes, and while I can say like, that's fine, you want that, like, but at the same time, do we need that? Just because this okay, and I don't know if I'm giving it like if I'm letting it off easy, but Mario doesn't need to do that. Like, none of the games have ever had any sort of deep lore or a story that involves all these different plot points, like, and I think that's why I'm very like for this to just be a straightforward story. If it's something else, like I'm trying to think, like I don't know, like Resident Evil, that has twists and turns, and that I'm expecting to be deeper, you know what I mean, and to be taken a certain way. But with Mario, I am absolutely fine with it being the way it is. And look, I don't hate, but Illumination, I think, kind of sucks. I think they play everything safe all the time, and their animation to me is very ugly. Or at least their animation, their character design, terrible. But they make everything look super realistic while making humans look absolutely ugly. It's just it's a disconnect.
They're very oblong looking, like Gru from Despicable Me is basically like a circle, an oval, and like two long cylinder legs. Like it's all like just weird shapes.
Yeah,
and very rotund and just very like it's cartoony.
Yeah, and there wouldn't be an issue with that if the rest of the world was cartoony, but the fact that they have like photorealistic hair and pores showing on their skin, like the textures, it to me it upsets me because it's so it's so terrible looking. So when they said that they were gonna do this Mario movie, I was like, damn, like they're gonna mess this up. They're gonna make Mario look terrible. He's gonna be all like short and stumpy, but look absolutely ugly. Like it's gonna make me sick. But no, I liked it. I think the only one I didn't like was Peach. There was something uncanny looking about her. But that, I'll let that one slide.
Because when she was on the bike and you saw her booty, and you're like, that Peach.
And look, again, in the trailer, I thought like, oh great, they're gonna turn Mario into a loser that doesn't know how to do jack, and Peach is the one that's gonna show him, like, in the end, we're gonna realize she didn't even need him, that he was just along for the ride.
But keep going.
And I just kind of hate that when they do that kind of thing where the guy is just completely useless, and the woman does everything like, oh, you're a joke, Mario, let me show you how to do this. But the movie was not like that. I felt good about the relationship. She was like, let me show you how to do this, and I've trained all my life in doing all this, and he was determined, and I think his determination, because he wanted to save his brother, like that really got to me, because it's Mario and Luigi. So I was completely wrong about that. I was wrong about some other things too. But what were you gonna say on top of that?
No, it was just the way they played it safe, I thought, and I think you're right. Like when the little we talked about it after the movie was, I expected more, like maybe more jokes, more like go crazy. Like there's a bunch of Easter eggs, and I don't mean it like in the sense like, oh, see, that's from 1984's Duck Hunt.
Who's like this guy that you're imitating?
It's the general, trolls in the basement. But
I'm in my basement.
but it's like I just wanted maybe kind of like how Lego Batman, and I told you they had so many like Easter eggs because they encompassed all of like Batman's 70-year plus history. Yeah. And Mario is not as old as Batman. There hasn't been that many adaptations, but there have been like games. There's tons of games. I'm sure it's up in like high double digits.
At least 2.
Yeah. So it's like it was fun to see, like, oh, like I think they incorporated like the rain, like I didn't even know about Rainbow Road or whatever, but like to me it's like, oh, that's Mario Go-Kart. They're doing Mario Go-Kart. I didn't think they would do that in a movie because it's like, oh, it's Mario Go-Kart. That's just a racing game.
Yeah.
But they incorporated it, and I think it worked. And that's actually, I think, one of the standout scenes of them racing and going, through it looks great. And just the action was fun. But I just felt like, and there's the other little Easter eggs, like when they're going through like the Mushroom Kingdom market, and they're like, oh, you see like, oh, the coins, and you see certain things from Mario's history, like they do. I don't know what they were selling, but they were like it was an homage to, I guess, a Nintendo cartridge, and like how when we used to like, oh, does this thing work? It's like, yeah, you just have to blow in it. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, I get that, because that was something we would, do to get the game to work. I just wanted, I guess, more of it. There were certain ones that I liked, like the commercial in the beginning of the movie, because Mario and Luigi are starting up their own business. We're the Plumber Brothers, and they play the Super Mario Super Show, like Mario. I was like, okay, I like how they incorporated, like, go, keep going. I do like the relationship between Mario and Luigi. It was kind of sad that they weren't in the movie together as much. Yeah. But I think it worked to their benefit, like especially at the ending of the movie. Yes. And like you said, Illumination has its own style. Like, it looks like the first 20, like, I don't even know if it's the first 20, maybe the first 10-15 minutes we're seeing Mario and Luigi in the real world and kind of getting the vibe of, what their everyday looks like. And it looks like The Secret Life of Pets, like, except from the human perspective. Like, it looks like Despicable Me. I'm like, when they go try to fix the faucet at this condo where there's dog, I'm like, I was half expecting it to be like one of the dogs from The Secret Life of Pets. I was waiting for, like, a cameo. Not that I wanted that cameo, but I was like, oh, they're gonna have to do it. They're like, it looks exactly like that world. But
I don't know. There was like, dog, I don't know if that dog was supposed to be the one from Duck Hunt, but it should have done the last.
Yes, they should have done something, because that's a little too, like, because to me, I thought that was a dog from Secret Life. Yeah, it didn't even occur to me that, oh, maybe that's supposed to be an homage to the dog from Duck Hunt. Like, that would have been cool. Yeah. And when I expect, like, okay, look, I don't expect this to be The Dark Knight or, Schindler's List, Mario's List. Damn. But like I don't. You're right. It's a simple story. Guy goes into a pipe. Yeah. And then he ends up having to save a princess from a giant turtle, which I totally forgot. That's what he was like. Koopa or Bowser or whatever you want to call him is supposed to be like a giant turtle. I was like, he's a dragon. Like, I'm like, what? They're gonna keep calling him a turtle. I'm like, oh no, but I think back then, he was like a turtle. Like, to me, he doesn't scream turtle, but now I can see it because of the shell, I guess. But I always saw like dragon. But I would like. They introduced this here. Like, here's an example. They introduced Mario's family, Mario and Luigi's family. Like, characters I didn't expect to see. No, or did we need it? No, but I was like, oh, this is interesting. They're setting up this family dynamic where Mario kind of feels like a loser, because they're like, oh, you had a good paying job with this other company with Luigi, and then you thought you were better off starting your own business, and now you're dragging down your brother. And so I get that, like his father's like, yeah, you're kind of like a disappointment. Like, I'm like, damn, like, okay, like, this is interesting. This is interesting. Like, the family is gonna play a bigger part in the movie, and then they're gone. Like, it was like, what the hell was that for? Like, they come out at the ending just to be like, son, you saved us or whatever. But I just felt like you had an interesting opportunity, to show a family dynamic that, we've never seen Mario's mom, or, fine. You nerds, I love you guys. If he does have a mom and she's come out in the games, start. But like, I've never seen him have any family outside of like Luigi. But I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, I want to see, and it's like an Italian family, kind of like a Mexican family. There's a lot of family members, and they're always under one roof. So I like, oh, this is cool. This is gonna play into it, and it doesn't. And I thought that was like a missed opportunity. And it reminded me like of Green Lantern, the Ryan Reynolds one, where he's trying to get to his nephew's birthday party. And it's like, we never see superheroes with living family members. All their parents are dead. And it's usually, it's like, they're usually like, an only child or something. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. We're going to see like, he's going to have to save his family, or they're going to play a part, in his evolution to be a hero. Same thing I thought here in Mario. And and Luigi, and it's like, no, they had nothing to do with the thing other than like the guy who talked Mario in the video games talked to Dad, and I guess the bar owner or whatever of like the bar that they go to, which I thought was cute or whatever, funny when they were showing the commercial, and they're doing like, hey, yeah, it's a spicy meatball. They're doing the Italian accents, and they're like, hey, do you think that was a little too much with the accents? And in the original Mario voice is like, no, it's so good. Like, like that stuff, it's cute, it's funny. Like, what did you think about the voices? What did you think about like? I think we complained in the last couple of episodes. I think all of us. At least me and Alex. I think we were like, oh man, like Chris Pratt is phoning it in, but I thought he did a good job.
That's what I was saying, that I was wrong about a couple things, because me and the internet were like, Chris Pratt isn't even trying. Like, he just sounds like a Joe Schmo, and you know what, he did, but it makes sense. Because he's a regular guy. He does up his accent for the sake of, like, this is a personality,
Yeah.
And but this is me, who I am in real life, and when they did it like that, I felt stupid. I was like, what was I expecting? So I think it was done well. I liked Charlie Day as Luigi. I think all of it fit. That's what I'm saying. I think everything was good. Some people were complaining about I think Cranky Kong. What's his name? You eat the cat poop.
Oh my God! I just saw him on the. Yeah. Fred Armisen.
Yeah, I think he was Cranky Kong, and to me, everyone was like, oh, it didn't fit, he sucked and all this, and I didn't really notice. I didn't know it was him talking him. So to me, it wasn't a big deal. I think everything was right. So yeah, I have no complaints about the voices. Like I said, I felt stupid at, like, man, I was wrong, because this was done well. So yeah, that's where I stand on that.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's like, even though I feel like it's not the best video game movie, they're like, I like the movie. It's and the voices are really good. I think my standouts will have to be Jack Black as Bowser and Keegan Michael Key as Toad, because I cannot hear like I'm like that. Like, I know Key, and I've Key and Peele, their skits and stuff. I'm like, I could not hear his voice.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, it's like oh, like, and then and he was great. Like, he was funny.
See, I thought he was gonna be annoying, because I've never liked Toad, but in here he wasn't like some scared, like, help me Mario, help me for everything. Like, no, he did it perfectly. I liked him as a character. So I will say one thing. The one I didn't care for was the star that was trapped, and it kept wanting, like, death.
Oh my God, that's like you though. That star was like, yeah, we're gonna wait for the sweet embrace of death. And I'm like, that's Betim. That's Betim's favorite character.
No, that thing sucked. It was like, I think, one or two jokes was okay, but that they kept coming back to him for everything. I was just I don't want it anymore,
Yeah, and I've seen, that's what I'm saying. It played it safe, because they're like, they're captured. Luigi's captured for most of the movie, and they're like hanging up, in a cage above a pool of lava, and this little star is like, oh, like, they're the only hope. Like, death is hope, or hope is death, and like, we can wait for that. Like, go crazy with it. At one point, I was like when they save everybody at the ending, I was like, man, it would have been funny if that star's like, bye. They just jump into the lava anyway. And it's like,
or if it threw somebody into it.
something. Yeah, it's just like, just go nuts with it. But you know what? I think a lot of it had to do with. And I know we're going all over the place, but it's fine. This is how
Yeah.
we talk. That I think Nintendo felt so like fucking burned by the '93 Super Mario movie. They're like, not again, not
Yeah.
again.
Well, real
And
quick. Let's just take a quick break right here, and this is where we would put an ad if we had some. So we'll be right back. Okay. So we are back. And so okay, you were talking about Nintendo being burned on the live action movie.
yeah, so my like my faux Japanese Nintendo voice is like, no, this brings dishonor to Nintendo. So I mean, look, it's almost like 30 years later, and we haven't had like a proper Nintendo video game movie until right now with this Super Mario Bros. Movie. So I'm sure they're like, listen to me, Illumination. You will not make Mario a joke. You will have him save the day, eat a mushroom. Like it's like they had to play it safe,
Yeah.
because the other one strayed so far from what Mario, like the guys or kids or women, whoever's listening to this, all you German
The
listeners,
German.
like the last movie took place in some dystopian Mad Max, like everything was just like dark. It looked like Blade Runner's worst nightmare. With fungus growing out of pipes, and I mean, it was so stupid that I think it was like, wasn't it called like Dino Haddon or something? Like there were dinosaurs. It was like it was just like they just went bonkers. I don't even know if they even played the game. And it's like you can create stuff because there wasn't like a real blueprint other than Mario jumps, he eats a mushroom, he turns big, he gets a flower, he shoots fireballs, again saves a princess. That's it. It's like, but it's colorful, it's bright, it's fun, and they're like they went weird with, like they went weird with. I want to watch it again. I've been looking to buy that movie. You can't get it anymore.
No,
You
yeah,
can't
it's
get
not
it.
available. It might be free on YouTube.
I
Um,
tried looking for it on YouTube. I couldn't find it.
Someone has it.
But
I forgot. Someone had mentioned that it's available somewhere. So I gotta dig. I gotta see
hell,
where it's at.
it's what they they use to like torture you in hell. But yeah, I mean, I like let's see, where do we? Oh, real quick to the voices. The Jack Black too. He like that freaking peaches, 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 peaches. Like I can't. There was a whole week after the movie came out. I would not stop like playing the damn song. Like it had no right to be as catchy as it was, and it's just a simple song.
You
And
see, I'm gonna disagree with you on that. I didn't think it was anything, and I think to me, if anything, it reminds me of his whole Spider Pig phenomenon from the Simpsons movie.
uh, oh man, that movie was not a good movie. I saw that in theaters.
Yeah, I did
Uh,
too. But everybody loved the movie and everybody liked Spider Pig, and it's just like how is that funny? Like, is it funny because that's the only thing you remember from the movie, and you don't want to, you know, feel left out? So that's the only thing you bring up. And hey, remember like Spider Pig? Remember, like
was Spider-Man out at that time? Is that why they did that? I feel like that's why they did it. I don't even remember
I
why.
don't know. I don't remember, but I I wasn't amused. Like it's not, you
We
know.
are not amused.
But this isn't as bad as that. But I like, and I love Jack Black, but that whole peaches thing, like, what's the song? He's just saying peaches, peaches, peaches. Like, unless there's some sort of extended version on Spotify or something, I don't know, but I didn't think it was that great to begin with. It was funny, but
That was funny. I think it's just catchy. Like I said, I love Jack Black. I've been listening to a lot of Tenacious D recently because of hearing him sing that pizza song. It's just like, I don't know. I liked him. I his Bowser I wanted more of. I so in here it you always think like Bowser just wants to take over the world. Here he just wants to marry Peach, which I think he tries to do in the games or whatever.
Yeah.
And again, I'm like, okay, it's kind of funny. Like he's like, oh, he's trying to steal like the I don't know what you call it the invincibility star or
Yeah.
whatever. And it's like his whole mission is like, oh man, if he gets this, he's gonna be like the most powerful being in this, mushroom kingdom or whatever. And it's like, no, he just wants to impress the girl.
He
He's
just,
like, if I get
yeah.
this star, and it's like there's something oddly sweet and pathetic and like relatable about it, where it's like, yeah, he just wants to impress, the cheerleader. Like he wants to impress, like the girl next door, and it's like I wanted to see more of that. I wanted
Yeah.
it like that's interesting. Why
I
didn't
mean,
you? That's what I'm saying, it's like they could have done more,
see,
but they just
I was
because
all for that. Like, when they showed him off in the first trailer or whatever, and he was like this fire breathing thing that I'm gonna bring chaos and destruction, because I want
total.
to rule everything, and I was like, okay, yeah, all right. But then when they turned it around in the actual movie, and oh, he just wants to impress, I was like, yeah, that's totally in line with him, and I love it because I didn't think that that's what they were gonna go for,
Yeah,
and that they actually did. I really liked it. He had his suit, his wedding suit that comes out from the game, and it's that is. I think it was just done super well, and all the times that he practiced, like I forgot his lines, but I think the wizard's name is Kamek, and
yeah,
he was practicing his lines with him, and even him, like, I told you that line wasn't gonna work, or
yeah.
it was funny. I think it was really well done, and I think that was funny. It was good.
Yeah, and that's what I meant is like they played it safe because Nintendo was burned out about the other movie, so they're just like we just want to hit the like you said earlier, it hit all the points for you, and that's all that we're trying to do. And I don't think they were trying to elaborate, but I wanted to see that. I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, what happens if they used to go out? Maybe there's this backstory where they met when they were younger, because like Princess Peach, we find out, which I thought was another interesting little tidbit, but they didn't do anything with it. Was Mario talks to Peach, and it's like she hasn't seen another human. They're the only two humans in that like universe or whatever. And she's like, I just came through a pipe and they made me their queen or their princess or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, cool. Like, is she from? Because he asks her, are you from Earth? And she's like, well, the universe is really big. So it's like, cool. Maybe she's from a different place. Maybe
Yeah.
there's something more to that. And maybe they'll play with it in the sequel because now, these days you gotta have a sequel and
Yeah.
they're gonna make a sequel. But yeah, I wanted to see more like why does everybody hate Bowser? Like, because Princess Peach was like, no, I would never like, well, one, guys, just a matter of fact, you do not force a girl to like you. If you find an invincibility star or you try to show money or a car or whatever, and you just be like, look, I have this, date me. And if you
Yeah.
don't, you're a bitch. Like, no, not cool. But at the same time, I was also like, Princess Peach, like, hear the guy out. Let's see what he says. Maybe he's a good guy. Maybe he's a good guy. You don't know. You don't know.
A little
And that's what,
misguided, but
yeah,
he has the right idea.
yeah, too hard. Pump the brakes back, Bowser. And come at it at a different angle. Be friends first. But I thought that would be something interesting that they would show. But like they would only do like little quick fan service things. Like again with Mario and Luigi, going back to them, they showed Luigi. They kind of did like Luigi's mansion for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like he's separated from Mario, and then he goes into this mansion, and there's the shy guys and the monsters or whatever. And it's cool. It's a creepy scene. I forgot who I was sitting next to. I think it was
Gabriel.
Sebastian. Yeah, it was like Gabriel Sebastian. And Gabriel loved this movie, by the way. He like it hit everything for him, if he was meant to be scared in the movie, he was like shaking his arms. If he was meant to be like laughing, he was laughing. He got like so like I would say disgruntled. He didn't like he hates like lovey stuff because he's a 6-year-old boy. So when he's doing all the loveys, he's like oh, he gets all like weirded out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean they did the thing they with Luigi, and then he's thinking about Mario when they were little kids, and they show baby Mario and Luigi again from like Yoshi's World or whatever. So there's those Easter eggs, which is fun. And Kieran's like, oh, I like how they looked as babies, but it's like, go deeper, go crazy, have fun.
See,
But
yeah, I mean, I can understand that, you know, and yeah, I'd like to know more, but I feel like there's only so much you can include.
yeah,
Um, you
for like
know,
a 90-minute runtime.
yeah, it's just yeah, you'd have to cram in so much. The only one, and I told you about this one too. The only one that I thought was a missed opportunity was when Donkey Kong and Mario were fighting, and
Yeah.
and Donkey Kong fell. Cranky Kong should have yelled out "Game!" Yeah, um, and that's just the Super Smash Brothers reference. Like you could have
Yeah.
easily just fit that in, like just there. That's it.
Yeah.
Um, but I was fine with everything else. They can expand some more for the sequels, um, and and I think the other thing is like that credit scene of
Oh,
the
I
egg.
missed it. I Gabriel had to go to the bathroom, and I'm like
Oh
you son of a no.
yeah,
I had to take
yeah.
him to
They
the
showed the
bathroom.
origin of no, I don't know. Yeah, all it was an egg cracking, and it was Yoshi's egg, and I think it just went Yoshi,
Yeah.
um, and to me that was not worth it because when they're traveling, I think there's like some sort of montage scene somewhere in the movie. They're traveling through places we see like a whole group of Yoshis in the
Yeah.
background. So to
Yeah.
me, that just wasn't special. Um, it's
Yeah.
like,
After seeing a bunch of different ones, a multitude of colors. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, they could have showed anything else. They could have showed the galaxy, or they could have showed um, maybe Wario. Uh, something like that.
Well, yeah. And that's what I felt like. Like again, sitting through the movie, and anybody who's listening to this, watch the movie. Like it's fun. Like it's a fun, good time. You're not gonna feel like you wasted 90 minutes of your life because there's those animated movies where you're just like, when is it over? I just want my kid to shut the fuck up and just like listen. No, this isn't. Everyone can enjoy it. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah,
But I just my mind and this, I wish I can apply this to my real life and start writing scripts again. Is like I want to see this. Like again, I thought it was interesting when you brought up Donkey Kong and Mario. They're fighting, and again, it harkens back to the first game because they are enemies in that first game.
yeah,
And I like that because I was like, this is interesting. I thought they'd be like, buddies or something. Like, no, like Donkey Kong does not like Mario, and he's always talking shit to him. And it's almost like The Rock and Tyrese or something, like in those Fast and Furious movies. Like they just talking crap back to each other. And I was like, do more, like do stuff. But it does end up hitting all the little points. Um, like the brotherly love between Mario and Luigi, and hopefully in the second one they get to hang out more
yeah,
and but um, there were the thing with Peach, and I think we really talked about her is, and I think you mentioned a little bit earlier was that you didn't want her to be like, "Oh, you're an idiot, Mario. I know how to do everything," which is good. No, I like that she was like, "Hey, look, we're gonna go on this dangerous mission. I need to know if you're up for it."
yeah.
You know, and so I thought that was cool, and that she can do it. And I think there were some people like, "Oh, why does the princess know how to do everything?" And high heel, like, have you not played the games? Like, she's been a playable character since part two. She's like the highest. Like, we would pick her if we wanted to land safely in Super Mario 2. It's like She grew up in this world. She knows how to do her stuff. They just picked her to be a princess. Like, no, like she trained. It's cool.
Yeah, I
But the
don't.
thing about
Yeah,
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's stupid people arguing stupid arguments. That's all.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, it's a girl. Girls can't do what boys do.
Yeah.
It's the same guy. It's the same guy in that
Fictional
base.
video game girls can't do what fictional video game boys can
Yeah,
do.
yeah. But the thing that I guess bothered me a little bit was like I don't there wasn't an arc for Mario really. Like he kind of, and they showed this in the beginning. They're trying to get to a job, and you basically see him do like an obstacle course when they're playing like No Sleep Till Brooklyn, and so it's like he's good at everything, and it's a little bit like Lego Movie, where Lego Movie Emmett is kind of an idiot again, played by Chris Pratt,
Yeah.
and but he's the special. He has something. There's other people better qualified than him to save the day, like Wild Style. But he has something innate in him that maybe the others don't. Like the others are very jaded Lego figures, and he has like the heart. And I felt like maybe Mario needed something. He needed to get through something. And the only thing I can think of that was close to anything resembling like an arc, and yeah, maybe out there people are like, "Shut the fuck up! It's a cartoon video game movie." But it's
Yeah.
like when him and Donkey Kong are talking about their dads, and Donkey Kong is like, "Yeah, my dad thinks I'm a joke," and then Mario is like, "Yeah, mine too," and then they're like, "Okay, keep going," and then they turn it into a joke where it's like, which I did laugh, but it was like Donkey Kong's like, well, he's right. You are a joke. You are pathetic. Like
It sounds like a
they try to
smart
make
guy.
it very funny. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like I wish there was more. And again, maybe in the sequel, maybe I'm just expecting a little more. Um, but
Yeah,
but yeah, I
I
mean,
can see that. I mean, and there's like that makes sense because yeah, he has no arc. I mean, maybe you can argue one, but um, there's nothing that he really overcomes. Uh, and automatically he's just like, well, yeah, I'm proud of my boy Mario now. Like,
yeah,
but like, did Mario really grow? He just
yeah.
defeated like one guy. Yeah, so I can see that.
Travel to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But did you notice that when so in the third act they try to stop the marriage between Bowser and Peach, um, and and then like Peach has her let it go moment on where she's like shooting ice balls, and then like there's a giant bullet that Mario has to like to to what's the word, I guess, lead away from the Mushroom Kingdom before it destroys everything, and he's like, I'm gonna throw it inside the pipe, which I'm like, wouldn't that send it back to your place?
Yeah.
And then like they end up in like our or like in New York. Did you get the feeling like they were trying to make up for the 93 movie? Because that's what happens in the 93 movie is that they end up like in front of everybody in New York during the day, and like Brooklyn is watching, all eyes on Mario and Luigi as they fight, Bowser, or in the other one fighting Donald Trump. Oh my god, what's his name? Ah, the guy from
Dennis
the guy
Hopper.
who plays Dennis Hopper, where they're like fighting Dennis Hopper. It was almost like they're like, we're sorry for that movie. We're redoing it. Like this is what it should have looked like. Dirty,
Well, I don't remember that movie. I remember some of it, but I was too small, and we never owned the movie, so we never really got to watch it over and over again.
yeah.
Um,
Catch like on like when it was playing during the day on like the weekend.
yeah,
But yeah, I was like, oh, they're redoing the ending to the original movie because they're like, again, Nintendo's like, you dishonored us. We're gonna do it again. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was fun. I liked it. I think I when I was kind of expecting the ending the way it played out because the start was the MacGuffin, and you play the video games, you get the power up. It's you become Super Mario or Super Luigi. So I was like, oh, Luigi's gonna get the damn star, like it, because he hasn't had anything to do the whole movie, besides like be funny and be captured or whatever. Like he's gonna be it. But then I see he has his hero moment where like Bowser's like blowing fire and trying to like fry Mario, and he jumps in all Captain America style with the
Yeah.
with the sewer. Oh my god, I can't think. Sewer shield. I was gonna say
Yeah.
with the
That's
manhole cover.
no sewer shield.
Yeah, that's what Italians use. That's what Italian plumbers use. They use the sewer shield. But yeah, so I was like, oh, that's his hero. Like that's his hero moment. He's gonna save Mario, and then Mario's gonna get the star, and then beat the bad guys. But I did really love when he's like, no, we're brothers, we do it together, and then they jump. And I was like, oh, like you stupid movie,
Yeah.
me getting all emotional because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, they're brothers and they're gonna do it together. And then they become Super Mario and Luigi and they beat the shit out of everybody. And,
See,
and
same
like it
here.
was
I loved it because you're expecting, okay, well, Mario's gonna be the hero. No, both of them shared it and they took him down. And it's, I think video games a lot, and they've always been social. Video games have always been social, but especially back then when you had to sit with your number two on the couch. You know what I mean? Like it was you and someone else uh, right there playing the game. So for both of them to share that star and beat up the bad guy, the boss, it was
yeah.
great. It was a great moment. To me it was wonderful.
I'm sorry, I'm just getting all emotional right now.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, just bothered.
Just you can't see it right now, folks, but I have one single manly tear coming down my cheek.
Yeah. Suck it up.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, so I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it. I think because we all saw it together, um, it bumped it to 3 stars. And I know, or 3 pineapples, and people are like, "You've been giving 3 pineapples or everything you've seen." I'm like, you know what? Everything's been pretty good. Like I have not seen a a bad movie thus far.
John
Although
Wick.
you did not like John Wick, I gave it 4 pineapples. You were like, this piece of shit.
It honestly, I think it was the worst one.
Wow. That's a good
Wow.
episode. Although I do want to put Bebo on it because he did want to come on an episode and we can talk John Wick.
Cool.
We'll call it like
The Wickening.
the Wickening. Yeah, mine was gonna be grosser or something. It's like 4 dicks, 1 wick, but that sounds
Why?
weird. I don't know.
I don't. My mind just goes to these places.
It goes there. I don't know. Jeez. I need help. I need help. But yeah, I've not seen. We didn't even talk about Scream, and we'll probably do that one I think later. But
see. Okay, just real quick, talking about
Yeah.
a movie that plays it safe. That movie played it.
that you're right.
So
You're right. It did.
safe.
I liked it, but it does play it safe. And when we do that episode of Scream, I think we'll do it. I feel like I need to watch it one more time before we do that review again, because I think I'm more invested in Scream because we've already done like 2 or 3 episodes on it, the whole series. So it's like I do want to go in it a little deeper, but yeah, like and that was the other thing about Mario that I think maybe my enjoyment wasn't maybe as great as yours was. As much as I like that final scene where they team up and they have this invincibility, I'm like, Sonic did this already. Like Sonic did this last year. Like it's the same ending to Sonic. Oh my god, no! It was funny because me and Alex and the kids had watched Sonic 2 the day before we saw Mario, and I'm like, and I fucking love that movie, man. I love Sonic 2, and I think a lot of my gripes with Sonic 1 was they didn't do the stuff I wanted them to do. Like I wanted to see more, and they played it safe. Like it was the buddy road trip movie with James Marsden. This was the second movie he did because he did the one with the Easter Bunny, and then he did it again with Sonic. and it was like, so Sonic 2 I really enjoyed because I think they upped everything. I know you didn't enjoy it or don't like it as much as I do, or um but that's why I was like, I think I was also more emotionally invested in that one. But it doesn't matter. I mean, all movies are subjective. We like what we like, and we have the reasons why we like it or don't like it, and it's cool. It's fun to talk about. But yeah, but it's I do hope going forward, and I know they're gonna do. I'm sure they're gonna have spin-offs. I'm sure there's gonna be like Luigi's Mansion. There's gonna be like, I don't know, Mario Fury Road, Rainbow Road.
Yeah.
It's like do that, like go for it and have fun. Embrace the history, embrace the stuff that bring in stuff from like that 93 would bring in John Leguizamo. Dude, if they bring in John Leguizamo as like Waluigi,
That'd
that
be
would be
cool.
like, that'd be cool. And then like Pedro Pascal as like or Wario.
Wario.
Yeah. So, and that was the thing I was thinking too. I was like, okay, what happens? And I was telling Natalie this. I'm like, what if Peach came from a different universe, not like, Brooklyn, or like our world, Mario
Yeah.
world or whatever. But she came from a universe where the reason she was sent to the Mushroom Kingdom is because her planet was destroyed by two plumber brothers, and it's Wario and Waluigi, and it's like Mamma Mia, like something like she is basically like an immigrant from a different universe, and maybe that's how you bring in Wario and Luigi, and it's like it's the multiverse, because the multiverse, everybody wants multiverse.
Yeah.
So it's like, or or what was the other thing? I don't remember if it was the Rainbow Road scene or something, but I was like, because in Smash Brothers you got to fight that stupid giant white glove hand
Yeah.
or whatever, and I was like, what happens if like the gloves, like Mario's glove flew off, and somehow because the mushrooms in this world give you different powers. It touched the mushroom, it touched the star. Some bullshit happened, and it like mutated into a sentient being that hates its create, or
You
its
left
master.
me.
You
Now.
left, yeah, like go, like go stupid with it. Go full on
Yeah,
stupid with
go
it.
stupid.
Yeah, it was like just have fun. Like go crazy, have fun. Um, I just hope that Nintendo now has like its balls back, and now they're like confident, and like what I want is a really well done like Legend of Zelda. You
See,
know,
that I will say, I don't want a simple story from a Legend of Zelda movie. Um, that's something that should carry a little bit more weight, I think.
yeah,
Uh,
absolutely agree. 100% agree. Like I think that story también is like convoluted. Like there's like, Link. Which Link is it? Is it different links? Is it the same Link? Are the adventures for the same guy? Is it passed down?
yeah.
Like, is it time, like figure something out. Go do like a beautiful, like almost Lord of the Rings style type thing, that with like a Harry Potter bent, because it's like I want to see Child Link, you know.
Oh,
I want to, but like have him grow up, or and do the Hero of Time, do that. But like, but I do want to see, I do want like that child sensibility to it. And here, I'll ask you this: should it or should it not have "Excuse me, princess"?
I think they can work that in somewhere, like maybe he doesn't say it, but it's
Yeah,
a servant to the princess, and he just comes in and says something like, "Excuse me, princess, but there's someone here to see you,"
yeah,
something like that. And because
just
I
like
don't know, I don't really want. I don't want to picture him saying that, it's just something disgusting about that kind
because
of
he's
stuff.
so pervy in the cartoon, and he's nothing like that in the games. He's so pervy in the cartoon. That's why I liked him in the cartoon, because he reminds me of me. But, but here. I guess here's another one. If they do a Legend of Zelda with Link, Zelda, I want to be a badass. Like I wanted to be, was it Sheik or whatever she turns into, like
Yeah,
that cool ninja thing. But do you want Link to talk or not talk?
I think he has to.
You
Um,
think he has to talk?
yeah, because look, they made this work with Mario. Link has to talk because that, to me, I think it would ruin the movie if he's just taking everything for face value. Like, hey, Link, you got to do this, and then, like, I feel like it just does not work. I don't like silent protagonists. Um,
Hmm.
so I mean, it worked for games back then, but nowadays it's just I feel like it's lazy, and a lot of people always say, "Oh, it's to immerse the player." Nothing. It's the complete opposite. Nothing takes me out of a game more when the guy just does not react to anything on screen.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and I'm trying to think like what has a silent protagonist. Like the first, well, not the first one. Planet of the Apes movie. Caesar
Bring
was
up.
silent. What's that?
Yep.
Yeah,
That was good.
yeah, he was silent throughout the movie except for like later. But that makes sense, and that made sense for that. But Link has to go on an adventure, and he's the main character that we follow. Like he needs to talk.
See, I think, since you brought it up, like I would say if they do a Caesar situation where it's like he's quiet and then you just wait for the perfect opportunity to say something powerful, like how Caesar's like when he's being abused and he stands up and he's like no, and it's like holy shit, like something where he's fighting Ganon and he just like
Listen.
not yeah, yeah, he won't say anything crazy like hasta luego or but I feel like I think he could work if he's a silent character for most of it, but I do think he might if they can do something like that, like the Caesar Planet of the Apes situation. I think that would work. But no, I mean, I hope they do that. I hope that's probably my number one pick. My number one draft pick is to do a Legend of Zelda. Metroid, give it to Brie Larson. She's been wanting that thing forever. Give it to her. I don't care. I know Alex
Really?
is like, man, fuck that. But
Yeah.
like,
She wants
I
a
don't know. Brie
Metroid
Larson.
movie?
Yeah, she plays. I guess she's a big Metroid fan, and she's been wanting to play Samus forever. So it's like she's the right fit physically. I like her acting. That Captain Marvel movie, notwithstanding, because that movie sucks. It's just a bad lazy. There was a script. It wasn't anything special, and they didn't give anything for her to do. All she had to do was just stand and look around, and she looked like she was confused half the time. Um, I liked her in Endgame where Spider-Man is all beat up and she's like, "Hi, I'm Peter Parker." It's like, "Hey, Peter." I'm Carol Danvers. Hi, like that. Have her have fun. I
See,
don't know.
yeah, I'm not too familiar with the Metroid game, so
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what her character seems like. So for all I know, in my mind, she's like Ripley. So I'm assuming she looks like she can do that.
yeah, Rip. Yeah, I would say that's who I see her as, but I can go either way. I don't really care. I don't have an attachment to it. But I can tell you, I don't want Illumination on either movie.
Oh no! I if this happens, if Nintendo starts doing stuff, I do not want an animated Link. I wanted live action. I want
Oh,
I
live
want
action.
live action. Like I'm sure they can pick and choose what works as animated. Um, you know what doesn't work as animated, and there was the one thing in the movie that I just don't want to see ever again. I felt so disgusted watching the Mario movie. Um, was that one scene after the dad basically tells Mario he's a loser and Mario goes to play Nintendo, which is weird watching Mario play Nintendo.
Yeah.
but he didn't. The fact that I've never seen Mario without his gloves,
Oh.
and then I saw his fingernails, and I'm like, no, don't do that ever again. Yeah, I was holding back my popcorn. I felt nauseous looking at it. I don't know why. It's like, this does not look right. This does not put those gloves back on. You know, it did not look. I felt so weird, and I know that's just like, dude, it's just a cartoon. Yeah, I don't know. It did not. It. I felt my soul come out of my body, and not in a good way. I'm like, this is what the sweet embrace of death feels like. That was just, it was bad. It was. I just did not like that. Like, don't show me his fingernails ever again. His cuticles. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, I don't know what other Nintendo stuff. I mean, what are they gonna do? Like a R-rated HBO Max Duck Hunt or whatever?
Yeah. They could.
They
Yeah.
could.
I mean, that we could do another episode on that, but yeah, I think we've said pretty much everything. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think we both liked it. We agreed it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's fun. I expected more, but then, like I said, I got it with the Sonic movie. I expected more, and the second one, I think, delivered on it. I hope Mario does the same. I hope Nintendo gets, license their movie or their properties out so they can make more stuff. And yeah, like just have fun with it. Go balls to the wall. You did Mario Kart. I don't take it so far out where you're doing like Dr. Mario or like, like
yeah,
Mario.
I can totally see them doing that for a sequel, and I don't want that. Like where people say, yeah, go even bigger, go nuts, and then they start cramming every little thing to the point
Yeah.
where it does not have like any sort of sensible plot or
Yes.
anything. It's just a greatest hits of the series.
Yeah, it's to the point where it's just like vignettes. Like if they do, like I can see them doing almost like a Mortal Kombat thing. Like Mario, you've been picked to represent the Mushroom Kingdom in Super Smash Bros. Tournament or something, and something like that. Something that makes sense. Like it's basically the Nintendo's Kumite,
Yeah.
or something like that. But all right, but you're right. Yeah, I think we both agree. We like the Mario movie. The music again was one of the standouts. Colorful, fun, fun for kids. If you have kids, fun for adults. If you feel nostalgic. Again, you're not gonna waste your time. I don't think you're gonna waste your time.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
All right. Well, then I think that's a wrap. And next time, maybe let's not start this episode so dark and depressing. But maybe we
That's
should.
just part of our charm.
Yeah, you're right. You know what? It was an arc. We started off dark and depressing, questioning why we're living on this earth, and then we talked about how we had fun with a kids movie. So there we go. But you should watch Beef. You should watch Beef because I want to see if it gives you anxiety because it was giving me anxiety. Just
I
of like,
already have anxiety, so I don't want to.
you don't want to add on to it.
No.
Just Stephen Yeun reminded me of you. I will just say that if you get to watch it,
I'm
I was like,
glad
oh, that's
someone is like profiting off my emotions and making. Okay,
you're
whatever.
in.
All right, we're gonna end it here. Thank you for listening, Germany, and anyone else in any other country, state, zip code. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you. We love you. Have fun. Be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.